What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and yeah, let's get straight into things. So we're going to start on the dollar as per usual. Now if you haven't watched yesterday's video, go and watch it and you'll understand what all of these PD arrays from the weekly and daily I have marked out are explaining. So yeah, definitely go and check that out. Also, if you haven't already, join the mailing list. I have a lot of great content coming in June that I don't want you guys to miss out on. But yeah, so you'll see Monday's trading, we came right up to the daily consequent encroachment. If we look at the high of today, it's 104.649, and that consequent encroachment is 104.647. So can you get more accurate than that? I don't know. But anyway, it's nice to see that we've hit that. The fact that we didn't come off of this level is saying to me that we're likely going to continue up to the next point, which would be this high from Friday's high. So I'm moving into tomorrow expecting a continuation higher, and when we drop down to the lower time frames, you'll see why that is as well. But the fact that it looks like we're going to close higher. It is still only 5 p.m, but it looks like we're going to close quite close to the consequent encroachment. If that holds its position like that, I'm going to be looking at the 25% level now to provide support. So let me just get that delineated for us. Right here, 104.575. We'll make that thinner, dotted, and let's make it blue. And now we know that that's the 25% level off this long wick. So as we drop down to low time frames, we can look at that to see, okay, can price find support on that to then send it higher and run up into that weekly consequent encroachment. Now again, if you've watched yesterday's video, you'll know that I have my eye set on this fair value gap as a potential premium drawn liquidity before we see our reversal for the week. So yeah, also what you'll find is now we have two daily lows right here. This is going to create a beautiful sell side liquidity for us to come and grab. Now that doesn't mean we're going to necessarily grab it tomorrow, but we know now that we have relative equal lows here, that's going to have sell stops residing below it. That price is going to want to draw into later this week. So I'm just going to keep that here like so, and then we'll drop down to the lower time frame. Let's make this say daily sell side liquidity, and then I'm also going to write out 25% level off daily wick. And now let's go down to the 4 hour. So as you can see, here's Monday's trading, traded higher, hitting that consequent encroachment to a T, came back down. Where did we trade into? Bullish order block right here. Let's draw that out for us. Came down into it, and now we're getting another reaction off of it. So yeah, it's looking to me like we should remain bullish realistically. Again, you'll find that this 25% level is lining up perfectly with the midpoint of this potentially bullish order block. As soon as that high gets taken out, it will become that. But yeah, now I'm looking for price to continue higher and work its way up to that fair value gap. Why? Because we've encroached now on that wick. So this is our first stage. Price is refusing to trade away from it. Yes, we've engineered liquidity down here, but overall it's showing a lot of strength. We're now above that 25% level, so now I'm waiting to see, okay, can we get above that consequent encroachment, when I then expect longs potentially running into Asia and London session, mainly London session, when I'd then be looking for that Friday high to be targeted and that weekly consequent encroachment. So I hope that all makes sense. Let's now drop down to the 1 hour and get a close look at price. So you'll see classic day, we came down, creating the low during London, 2 a.m, very classic. Failed to take out this low. What does that show? Strength. Traded higher, we had a nice expansion, 7 a.m, classic, came up, hit that consequent encroachment, came off of it, standard consolidation, and you can see as we're running into the rest of the day, price is just treading on higher. So as we move into that Asia range and into that London range, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw London expand higher to take out that Friday high before witnessing some kind of reversal, and that would nicely frame a classic week. Because if you remember again, yesterday's video I was saying I want to see a classic week with the high getting created on either Monday or Tuesday. So now I'm watching to see, well, as soon as we take out this level consequent encroachment, I want to see this high as a target. So yeah, I hope that all makes sense. Bear in mind we do have this bearish order block first, but the reason I'm not really too confident in that holding price is the fact that we have this massive daily fair value gap up here. Yes, we can't see the fair value gap, you know, on 15-minute, but on the daily we know there's a gap there, so price should be seeking to trade into that. Furthermore, the fact that we failed to take out this low, we failed to do that, this is all showing strength on dollar, so it means we want to see higher dollar. So moving into the next day again, I'm going to be looking for buys on dollars with shorts on the pairs, expecting us to run on lower. Don't know what that is. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that is the opening price. So That's quite interesting. We have a Sunday opening, and look at that, we came and found support on that and traded higher. So whilst we're in that premium, again, we're looking for shorts with the expectation to then run the other side of that Sunday opening price later in the week. So I hope that all makes sense, guys. And now let's head over to GBP USD. A lot of lines all over the place. So let's head over to GBP USD. We'll start here on the daily as well. Now GBP's kind of been misbehaving, and I'll explain what I mean by that later in the video. We can still see all the PD arrays. So here was Monday trading. Again, I marked out that daily bullish order block. If we're expecting higher dollar, what does that mean? We want to see some lower GBP. So it'll be nice to see if we can start to work, if GBP can start to work its way towards this bullish order block. And it'll be interesting to see whether this bullish order block can hold itself to then, you know, send price higher and act as a propulsion block to then run to our higher targets, such as this monthly consequent encroachment. And remember, we have these highs as well. But first, again, we're expecting the Judas swing, so we're looking for us to move in the opposite direction to what we want to see the rest of the week move in. So nothing really here on the daily that I want to bring our attention to, other than the fact we now have a low quite close to this opening of the bullish order block that price may want to draw to in the new day. But let's go down to the 4 hour, and you'll see how we traded higher, ran out Friday's highs, and now we start to trade lower. Now this is where GBP's been misbehaving. Let's just add dollar, excuse me, and let's add EUR USD. Now I'm going to put dollar at the bottom, and I'm going to show you guys something. So what you'll find is that Euro's made a lower high, dollar's made a higher low. So these two are, these two are behaving and are in tandem, whereas GBP has decided to make a higher high. So that means that GBP is being the sixth sister here, and because of that, I do believe GBP is going to have some catching up to do. And what I mean by that is that as Euro presses on lower and dollar presses on higher, it means that pound is going to have to catch up with that drag almost, and that's why we may see more expansion in pound. So we need to be wary of that and just take that into consideration, because pound shouldn't be making that higher high, because pound was clearly running stops, whilst Euro's saying, okay, I want to go lower, and dollars clearly saying, okay, I want to go a little bit higher. So just something to consider. We're making higher highs when we shouldn't, meaning that we're in a very high premium, and again, it should offer us shorting opportunities. But we'll drop down to the 1 hour to get a better look at price, and you'll see we pretty much just consolidated before we wicked higher, running out those relative equal highs, and now we're kind of just again consolidating. So moving into the new day, well, I'm targeting obviously that Monday low, and now we have this massive liquidity void, a lot of upside delivery here that I'd like to think that pound may want to attempt to try and fill. We also have a breaker here, kind of. Well, we do have a breaker, a low, a high, a lower low at the monthly consequent encroachment, last up close candle. So I'd like to see this level as a potential target for price moving into Tuesday's trading. So let's get that marked out. We'll get this red. And generally speaking, yeah, I'm expecting pound to move quite a bit, like quite a lot, because like I said, it's making highs when it shouldn't. So it's going to need to snap back into action and start behaving itself, if you know what I mean. Yes, there's relative equal lows below here. Preferably that doesn't get taken. Why? Because I'd like to see a reversal of some sort. But I'm definitely keeping my eyes on this range moving into the Thursday. We will go to the 15-minute, absolutely disgusting price action before we ran those relative equal highs. But it does look like classic price action, like relative equal highs. Now we should be looking for sell stops where residing below this low. And then we have, again, that breaker and a bullish order block right here on a 15-minute basis. So I hope that all makes sense, guys. Quite simple, but it should be quite a nice day. Just looking for that Monday low to get ran, and again us to trade on lower. So we're going to finish up on Euro USD. We'll start on the daily here as well, of course. Let's take a better look. So Euro behaved itself on Monday. You can see it traded lower. Haven't quite hit that consequent encroachment, but again, with dollar moving higher and us edging towards that, I am expecting us to carry on lower and potentially trade into this fair value gap down here. So yeah, pretty nice day on Euro. I'm going to do the same thing I did on dollar. What's that? Look at the 25% level and see, can that 25% level provide resistance to help us with price to send it lower. So we'll get this marked out like so. And now let's go down to and also you'll see, oh yeah, we took out Friday's high. So what buy stops have been grabbed? Where should we offset them? Below some kind of south side liquidity or at an imbalance, which we have right here. So that's something to consider. Let's go to the 4 hour. See, we traded higher, ran out those stops, breaking market structure here, changing state delivery, came back up into a breaker. There's an implied fair value gap right here, guys. Look how we traded into that. And now we're seeing, you know, quite a lot of pressure on the downwards move. So I am expecting this daily consequent encroachment to get traded through. I'd like to see it act as resistance for the day to then potentially target this low. And or if it's not going to reach all the way into that low, it will reach this bullish order block. So yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting day to say the least. But again, I'd like to think this is we do see the low of the week get created on Tuesday. Let's go to 1 hour. Again, there's that implied fair value gap, which the order block is lined up with. Wicked into it once, wicked into it twice, and now we're starting to see some nice heavy displacement as we move towards that Asia range. I wouldn't rush into the charts at all. Really depends where price is, but moving into London, I would like to think that we do see some kind of, you know, Judas swing with us moving lower before like a classic New York reversal. You can see how we're wicking off that 25% level. I don't really expect price to come back above that until we either reach this bullish order block and got a reaction, or if we are going to be more bearish, taking out this low. It really just depends. So this will be my first target, and then this will be my after target. Let's go to the 15 minute. You can see quite a lot of quite consolidated, but overall I want to see can price get down there. So that's going to be everything, guys. I hope that all makes sense. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button, drop a like, and join the mailing list. Again, I've got some crazy content on the way in June, so definitely join that, and I'll catch you in the next one tomorrow. Peace.